Well, hello! If you're new here, welcome. And if you're not new, welcome back. Welcome back, welcome back. We are, I'm finally caught up with the glitter and laser videos with her health. This is the video we need to talk from a month ago, May 2nd. So I'm finally ready to watch this one. I believe this is a second or third, her second and third operation, and she was just away for a while, and this was kind of her intro back. So let's see what kind of shenanigans she's going to talk about today. Yay!
That was a lot. That was a lot.
I have been waiting an entire year to like live, and I've had to live this half life for like 12 months, and so now I get to just go be me, but like better.
Did you miss me? Because I'm back. I know that I have...
Oh, shut up. Jesus. That was obnoxious. That was obnoxious. That was so obnoxious. There was a good moment of time where she wasn't posting, and then she brought this video back, and there's another video that I'll definitely check out after this. But this is her intro. Did you miss me? I'm like, freak.
A lot to fill you guys in on, and I do really want to explain why I took some time away. But first, I feel like I need to catch you up on everything that's kind of happened since my last...
Sorry, technically she did not she kind of didn't disappear. She just wasn't on YouTube. She was on TikTok. So, I got those videos too. There's a lot. Yeah, well, there's a lot going on. Maybe I should have done that video for this one, but it happens. She was on TikTok a lot, but she wasn't on YouTube. So, no. Okay.
Video. So right now I'm actually leaving for my next surgery tomorrow, which is kind of wild to think about. I can't believe it's tomorrow, but I need to pack because I, of course, have not, because that's just who I am. So I'm going to let you guys go, and I'll see you at the airport.
She's so quirky. Last minute packer.
So
I gotta say, the Austin airport is really nice. Sorry. JFK could never. Actually, I heard LaGuardia. I haven't been to LaGuardia in a while. And I heard it looks really nice like this airport. So.
Obviously, I already made a bunch of videos about surgery number 1, which you can watch here. There's a link up.
Yeah, we watched them.
But the whole objective of that surgery was to clear out my pelvic girdle and the outside of my thighs. And the reason they did that in surgery 1 is because it was the worst, the most congested area, and it was the place I was experiencing the most pain. One thing I definitely learned that I didn't anticipate was that it's a lot more emotional of a journey than I thought. I thought I would just...
I'm sorry, you didn't breathing in. You didn't expect it to be emotional? Every surgery is emotional. I mean, think about surgery in itself. It is a scary process. I don't know about you guys out there. Show of hands that I can't see. Going under or getting anesthesia and all that stuff is the most petrifying thing to me, because you could be in absolute fantastic health, and maybe I'm about to say some stuff that maybe I seem like a doomsday kind of person, but I'm not. It's just the things that go through my head. A lot of people have not woken up from anesthesia or have complications in surgery or anything else. I think surgery is so emotional because you've got so much anxiety. I'm like, what if this goes wrong? Yes, there's like a 0.111% that it could go wrong, and I could be that person, it's wild that she said that, because I'm like, everybody has some sort of anxiety before surgery, okay, Anna, like, That's strange.
bounce back and I would just be my old self right after surgery, but your hormones are like all over the place. And
Well, I
it's
wasn't talking about
tough.
hormones.
And I don't like resting. It's just not something I like to do, and that was
Oh,
very
no.
mentally challenging.
Oh no, Anna's telling us you lazy. It's calling us a bunch of lazy fucks. I could just be like, I don't like resting. I am a hustle boss bitch. And I'm not making fun of people who are like, I don't rest. Like, I'm always busy. I'm an always busy girl too. But I feel like if you have to proclaim it, then how much of that is true? Listen, do your thing. Your mommies, your business owners, your, whatever you are in the world, artist, everything. We're all busy. It's just such a strange kind of concept. I have a relative who loves to say, "Oh, I'm so busy. I'm so busy." I'm like, that's just, nobody cares. Like, I can't do that because I'm so busy. I'm just like, oh my God, get over yourself. Like, I just think it's obnoxious. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say.
Challenging for me to be in a place where I had to literally lay low. Like I already said, you guys have a lot more information about surgery 1 because I made those videos, and so I don't really have much more to add than what I've already put out there. I do need to kind of update you guys on surgeries 2 and 3, but I also need to catch this flight, so I'm gonna go, and when we get to Utah, I'll fill you guys in about those surgeries.
Weird.
Next stop, Utah.
Utah? Salt Lake City. Okay.
So we got to our hotel, and as you can tell, it is almost nighttime. Surgery 2 was an interesting one. It was to take care of my inner thigh, and I decided, and I, in hindsight, feel stupidly decided to go alone. I'm just waiting and shuffling around the room. Whoa. It's weird to not have someone to talk to. Last times I did this, I had someone with me, so I had like someone to talk to. I think that's so far the only thing that bothers me is that there's just no one to talk to while you wait. There's no one to talk to except you, internet. And that's why there really wasn't a ton of content around it, because I was on my own and I was very overwhelmed, and it was not fun. And
Girl, some of us, I'm gonna put this nicely. Some of us don't have anybody to talk to. Listen, not for nothing, you are lucky if someone goes to surgery with you, really. Sometimes I don't even, like, I've had oral surgery. I haven't had, like, anything that, in a while, I haven't had any surgery where I go under. Most of my surgeries are oral surgeries or something that I can simply just hop, skip, and go home. But if I did have that kind of surgery, I the person being there is your next of kin, so they can make sure you're okay. This whole concept of you thinking, I had no one to talk to. Like, I was with myself. Like, okay, but that was your choice. Like, am I supposed to feel sorry for you, Anna? Like, you're such a victim, girl. Like, you went by yourself. That a lot of people do that. A lot of people do that. Sometimes it's they don't even have the choice. They don't have the choice to say, oh yeah, so-and-so's gonna come. Some people don't have the choice. They have to go by themselves. It's a fact of life. You'll be okay. Seriously.
there's one thing I learned from surgery number 2. Don't go it alone. You don't need to be strong. You don't need to be superhero. You are there to heal. And I have a little bit of a superwoman complex. I can admit that.
Oh,
like,
God.
I want to feel like I can do anything, and this I
God, you're such a fucking narcissist. I can't with you sometimes.
could not do alone.
Okay, fast forward to something
I'm a
else.
fart factory, and then it'll stop. So, I am today a fart factory. I'm owning that truth.
One of the things that was really hard post the second surgery as well is that I was not fully recovered from my first surgery. It was 2 surgeries really back to back, coming out of recovery and then going immediately into another surgery. And when I say recovery, I mean like the very initial stages of recovery. And this is something that I realize people do not understand. They expect like the results to be immediate. And I think that's because people are very familiar with like weight loss surgery, where you do see results very quickly. Like people begin to lose weight and they're like, oh, her body's changed. That is not how these surgeries work. The recovery period for these is up to like 18 months to 2 years. So that's all I really have to say.
Yeah, I mean, that right there is true. You know, depending on the type of surgery you do, I believe it's more, I think she's talking about more of the cosmetic version. I know that I'm not talking about like a gastric sleeve. I know that can happen kind of quickly, the weight loss from that. I'm thinking she's talking about like lipo, maybe some sort of, why can't I think of anything? Tummy tuck, there you go. Like a lipo or a tummy tuck, that takes a while for you to see results because you're still so swollen from the surgery. It takes a while. As well as like getting a facelift, which also is, you know, reconstruction surgery. Well, it's cosmetic, I should say. Cosmetic surgery to kind of make yourself look better, and in most cases, from my understanding, to make you look thinner. So yeah, she's right. She's right about that. It takes a while for you to see the actual results, unlike certain surgeries like a gastric sleeve, and I can't think of the other one, but a gastric, in that, you know, guys, in that vein, that kind of can be a little more rapid in terms of the results.
About that, I am tired. I'm also hungry, so we're gonna go get some dinner. And the next time I will see you guys will actually be tomorrow morning when we are taking pre-op photos, because it's at 9:30, which means I gotta get up at a terrible hour. Pray for
9:30. You gotta be somewhere at 9:30 and you gotta wake up early? Seriously, Anna? Okay. You're fine.
Liven it up shortly.
Yeah.
He was like, it's quiet around here.
Hello.
He was like, it's quiet in here.
Not for long, buddy. I got a big mouth and a big heart. I literally don't know what the hell I was thinking changing up the location of my final surgery. LA is at this point very familiar to me. I know how everything works. I know the whole staff. I know the procedures. Even though technically those things are the same in a different location, it still feels completely brand new. So I had a weird amount of anxiety going into this surgery because it just...
Yeah, why did you change it? Does she say why she changes it? It seems like she doesn't. So she changed the surgeon? And she decided, or did she just change locations, which is still kind of silly, because if you've been going somewhere for a good hot while, why would you go somewhere else? That seems so weird. Well, this isn't, so...
wasn't familiar. So every time before we actually have surgery, we take what's called pre-op photos, and this allows us to compare pre and post surgery. And it's highly controlled, so like your body's in the same positioning. I wear the same exact underwear set every single time, and it just allows you to have a really fair comparison. We talk a lot about online about how comparisons aren't always genuine. People are standing in different ways, wearing different clothing, things are pulled up higher or lower. This allows a real, true, honest comparison.
Yes, how you do when you do your little fashion videos. But here we go. You know. Oh, Anna.
And get to live. Right across from the surgical center is this like farm. I don't know what this is, but there's cows and there's sheep. There's a lot of people.
A dairy farm.
And I figured we'll just find a place here because it's so pretty to sit down and chat. And I can, you know, finish up. If you haven't catch the theme of the video, I'm not good at taking help from other people.
First of all, did you ask permission to sit on these stairs? Did you just sit your butt on the stairs and not ask permission? I hate when people do that. I'm in New York, and a lot of these like influencers, random these assholes like to get on people's stairs on their you know, their stairs of their brownstones, and they like to film videos there without asking the owner's permission. And it's been such a problem that owners will open the door and tell them to fuck off. Because why are you doing a little influencer video on my porch, like on my porch? go fuck yourself. Like, truly. Like if that happened anywhere else in the U.S., people would get shot. Like, I'm not being dramatic, but let's be real. Like, if someone was in the most middle part of America and decided, I'm going to go sit on this person's porch without even mentioning it to them or asking permission or anything else, I'm pretty sure someone will come out, give them a warning, and be like, if you don't move the fuck off, I'm going to shoot you. Like, I think it's wild that people have this entitlement that they just like, I'm just going to put my fat ass right here and start, like, making a video without even, like, acknowledging that, this is not my home. It's such main character energy. Oh my God.
And I think physically that's why it was so challenging for me, is I did have to really step back in surgery 3 and rely on other people. I'm a little woozy, so we in a wheelchair. Wee. 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 Do you know what I'm talking about? It's like a real... No. Okay. No. So now I'm gonna wait for her to get the car in this wheelchair. So we're back to rolling bandages. We've been kind of intermittently filming this trip, mostly because it's hard. My hands are tired and I'm actually feeling really good today. So this is like kind of the first day. So I haven't been able to self-film, which is what I usually do. I actually am kind of proud that I can wrap the bandages today because I don't think I could have done this before today. So progress. I wasn't in pain, and that was like the hardest part about it, is like every day I knew I couldn't do these things, but I wasn't getting signals from my body that I was in pain and needed to stop doing them. I just knew to follow my protocols. I couldn't do them. Okay. So like, you can't raise your arm above 90 degrees. You can't lift more than would be a gallon of water. So like things like putting on your compression, where you use a lot of force to pull them on, is hard. So I had to stand there while somebody else pulled my pants up.
Yeah, this is where, since this was sponsored by somebody else, Anna, and I know you're trying to make it seem like this is just like, I'm just a regular schmegular girl, just like the rest of you peasants. This is where the sponsorship should have gotten you a nurse or something, because I'm just confused why you act so brand new. Like, girl, people paid for this. Make sure they pay for all of it. Like, that's silly. Don't you have friends?
That is, it's a way of being humbled that I never knew I would experience.
No, girl,
I did actually have some additional complications, which then extended those physical limits from the usual 4 weeks to like almost
fast forward to something else. I can't.
I couldn't believe it in that instant. I blamed myself a lot. It's been really hard, and I'm not going to sit here and cry because I feel like emotionally I've moved past that. But there was about 2 months where I was probably the most depressed I've ever been, because I couldn't do anything that I normally did. Like, I couldn't even get a plate from a counter, right? And my physicality was so limited, and now it was limited for an even longer time than I had mentally prepared myself for. On top of that, just
get that kid his parent. See, I would have re-recorded that. Get that kid his parent. Daddy!
Like I talked about my previous surgeries, there were a lot of hormonal changes, and it just compounded to a place that I wasn't in a great space. A lot of people have been asking me, like, why are you not on YouTube? Like, why did you take a break? Why are you taking so long to come back? Are you coming back? When are we going to see you again? And
did people really?
I made the decision.
Did people really ask her this? Where have you been? Is this like Amber Lynn's questions on Instagram that she writes herself and she asks herself and answers herself? Like, is this in the same vein as that? Because I just feel like, girl, nobody was looking for you. I was looking for you because I do videos reacting to you, but I don't think people who actually talk to you, your whatever they are, I don't think you're on TikTok all the time. So why would people be like, oh, why aren't you on YouTube? Whatever.
After that second surgery, when I kind of had that emotional moment to pull back. Because I needed to just make sure that I could take care of myself. I love making content. I love sharing my story. I love connecting with you all. And I love,
I love hearing my own voice. fast forward a little more. Oh, girl.
Here in this point, having this conversation with this camera, because so many of you have been there for me.
God.
And that is really, really the only reason that I'm back is because of y'all. Okay, well, I need to go get something to eat and get ready for surgery because that's happening tomorrow. Again, for the last time, for a while. I might have to have other surgeries in the future. I realize that, so I don't want to say forever, but at least for a long time. For a long time. And that's something to be really excited about. Good morning.
Why, Anna, aren't you showing us what you're eating? I know I'm harping on this a lot, and we have bagel cake. But why aren't we seeing what she's eating? Okay, I'm gonna have to definitely go on TikTok and make sure I get those if she has any meal ones. But I feel like when I went to look on TikTok at her videos, she did not have anything about what she was eating. And I cannot believe she's making it seem like this quirky girl, that she's gotten this way because, I don't know, she hasn't been exercising. But she's an exercising girl. So it has to be what she's eating. So why not show us what you're eating? You know? Like, show us the whole thing. Because I feel like there's some stuff missing here. And you guys have also said to me, yeah, she's not exercising. She does those little videos here and there, but she's not, like, genuinely putting effort into her exercise. So there's that, too. We don't know what she eats. She's not actually exercising. I wonder if she sleeps well, because she has some, she's, you know, not for nothing. Those are some serious eye bags, and I feel like you're not sleeping well. What about hydration? Like, are you drinking enough water? You know, there's a lot of questions here. And I feel like if you've gone through such a process, such a strenuous process, such a extreme process, there should be other elements of how you are adding to your recovery. I hear a lot about, you know, the actual physical surgery, but I'm not hearing enough about the other stuff and the bandaging and the, you know, the resistance clothing, you know. But I'd like to know more.
Very tired. It is 6 a.m. I've been up pretty much all night. I foolishly thought this is going to be the surgery I sleep through the night. It was not.
Oh wow.
I was up all night, and I guess that's just consistent with every other surgery I've had. So I'm exhausted, but that's fine because I'm gonna be like have a sleep for the rest of the day, so I can rest in surgery.
I'm all surgery prepped, and they're kind of just getting everything ready. The anesthesiologist will be here soon. So now that markings are done, everything's done, it is time for surgery.
Oh, so
they are going to go Hebe cleanse my body and get this rolling. I don't know if we'll have shots from this. This is a little bit more difficult to film while also keeping it appropriate for the internet. So you might just see me on the other side. I guess you'll know in a little bit if we were able to film or not. So I'll take you guys later.
Next day, so they couldn't film.
So I just had my first MLD post-surgery. It's kind of weird because of all the surgeries I've had, I feel like the most normal, the most me, the most comfortable after this surgery. I don't know if it's because it was the last one or if just like some magic is in the air in Utah. But honestly, I feel great. And if anything, I'm having to like temper down what I want to do because
Oh, give it a fucking rest. Didn't you just say that am I going crazy? This is why these girls I have to temper down my good time feeling, positive feelings, because I'm just way too excited and way too happy. But then like a couple of and yes, I know I've been skipping, but I've definitely showed you that part where she's like basically saying she was depressed for a bit. So what the hell's... It was the last surgery. I have to be happy. Okay. Like, you know, if you came here and you said, you know, I don't feel anything, I feel indifferent, I probably would have believed you more. But I don't believe that you're happy. You could be relieved. I would feel relieved after if this is your last surgery for a minute, you know. Relief would be it. I wouldn't be ecstatic. Like, getting out of surgery doesn't feel ecstatic, but Anna, I don't know.
Honestly, I feel really good. After this,
I don't believe you.
You know, I still
I don't
have
believe you.
2 weeks or so of recovery left, but really this is the end of my surgery journey as far as I know. And now I get to just live. So yeah, literally no regrets. More strong than I've ever said it in my life.
Okay.
No regrets on this decision. I feel like how I feel right now.
Why would you regret it? You didn't pay for it. Why would you regret it? Why would you regret it? You didn't pay for it. It's an improvement in the quality of your life where apparently you don't have to do that much. Why would you regret it? Like, it's wild. It's wild, the things that come out of your mouth that you kind of let slip through. Girl.
It's weirdly amazing. And I didn't anticipate to feel this good. I didn't.
Oh boy.
Okay, so we're back from Utah. I am 2 weeks post-op right now, so honestly, I'm starting the journey towards just getting to be Anna without surgery looming over her head anymore. It's hard to explain that each surgery changes you a little bit more. It's not like you get out of surgery one and everything's magically fixed. You have to go through all of them. So you're kind of having to play this faith card of so much surgery before you get to see the big results. And so, that was a crushing anxiety on me. I don't know what I would have done. I would have blamed myself. Fortunately, I did start to see the big changes really right after this surgery. By the time I left, Salt Lake, the day before I left, I was doing, over a mile walk at the little farm that's across from the center there, where the cows and all the cute little animals are. And honestly, it was a great distraction, so I wasn't really thinking about how much I was walking. But to be walking that much and feeling still really fine after it was unusual. And then the Salt Lake airport is notoriously very long if you're not flying Delta. I was not flying Delta.
Yes, Salt Lake City airport is very long. I've been to that airport. Salt Lake City is beautiful. Interjecting. I had to stop there because I was taking a flight to San Francisco. Holy moly. I'd love to go visit it one day. I don't know anything about Salt Lake City. I think it's where all the Mormons live. I don't know what I would do there, and I mean, right now, the climate in America is not, I'm not going anywhere. I'm staying in my corner of Manhattan, unless I have to go to work. I am not going anywhere. But, when things calm down, I'd love to go see Utah. That sounds like an interesting place. Also, I just feel like sometimes Anna and her word soup, I don't know. You guys comment down below. Oh, please.
And I walked the whole thing. I didn't get a wheelchair. I didn't get help. I did it by myself.
Oh,
and I felt totally capable and okay doing that. There have been times where I have flown home alone, especially surgery number 2, where I did not feel safe or good or that I was okay and was kind of terrified the whole time flying home. When I think about what I learned through this process, I learned a lot about myself personally, but then I also learned a lot about myself as a creator, which is a weird thing to have to also learn. But
oh my god, I rolled my eyes so hard when she just said, guys, I'm just like the rest of you slobs. I swear. She looks at us and she's like, I'm just like the rest of you peasants. Oh, look at me. I'm stopping it here. I can't go on with any of this anymore. Oh, you guys. Oh, I see why you guys were like, you should do some on her health arc. I'm like, wow, this is quite not chaotic, but quite, I don't even know the word. Underwhelming, maybe? I don't know. I just know she says a lot of stuff that I'm just sitting there as I'm just being a critical thinking adult. I'm like, what does that even mean? You could have said less words and said the same thing. And as a person who talks a lot, that's rich coming from me, right? But I'm watching it going, bitch, you could have said less. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe and leave a comment like you always do. And until next time, stay sassy.